You absolute monsters let Orlando Bloom's career die over the last 15 years when it turns out he's primed for comedy.
Okay, run.
We told our bosses that we were about to bring in 3 major players, not a bunch of clowns.
Clowning is an art.
So simple. Improv comics that actually go undercover for the police, even though they're not that great at improv. It's so simple, I can't understand how this isn't blatantly ripping off something. It's a random streaming film with the most bizarre mixing of cast members you could never have imagined. And it's so unreasonably funny. How did they... is there something it's ripping off and I just don't know about it? Deepcover stars Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, and Nick Mohammed from Ted Lasso, making it look like Harry Potter got switched for Neville and both Ron and Hermione got gender swapped. That's the energy of this trio. Anyway, Nick is not very good at improv. He's just joined up with this class. Bryce Dallas Howard is the teacher, and Orlando Bloom is the troubled student who thinks he's a great actor, who goes all method at every opportunity. And it's so funny. So through sheer bumbling incompetence, they end up in this huge drug crew. There's Ian McShane there. Like, it's great. And I wouldn't, I need to mitigate all of this by saying I wouldn't go so far as to say this is genius or anything. I'm coming off very excited about it because it's a really genuinely funny streaming film. How often do you find that? Like, seriously, it's not an incredible film. It's just so, it has so much fun with a concept, characters, and a set of actors that shouldn't go together. Like, none of it should really work. Bryce Dallas Howard, outside of Argyle, I've never seen her do, like, comedy. Orlando Bloom, I don't think I've ever seen do comedy. Nick Mohammed is an actual comedian. That was fair enough, but it's just stunning that you randomly throw these 3 together and it worked. It feels like the kind of streaming fodder that should be, if not a disaster, like pretty unfunny, and it's so good. There's nothing even in particular, there's not that many, like, and I don't find myself saying this often, there's not that many individual moments of comedic greatness. I just literally find myself like bursting into laughter at random points at the ridiculousness of the overall situation in some of these scenes. It was just so good. Orlando Bloom, when he accidentally like backs himself into the corner of having to say he was fighting with the Taliban in Afghanistan. Improv is one of those great worlds where you can simultaneously be impressed by what they're able to do and still make fun of it. Like, it's, and they use that to full effect in this film. And I mean, why not? It's such a clever idea to do that. I don't know why nobody ever thought of it. Or did they? I'm so, it feels like it must have been ripped from like some Swedish film idea or something, right? But I don't know. I don't know if it was. Basically, you've got Orlando Bloom's character, who is meant to be like an intermediate level of improv. Like, he's kind of good at it, and he gets away with it even when he's being really bad at it, which is so good. Nick Mohammed is awful at it, and that was so funny in some scenes when he starts taking all the drugs. Oh, it's such a simplistic idea. You get caught in the criminal underground. No, you gotta try drugs, which you've never done. And that's a large part of what his character does. But it's so funny. It's played off so well. And then Bryce Dallas Howard, man, I mean, she manages to bring it all together by really commanding the film as a lead. When I say, and I have to say it like weekly, when I say there are better things you could do for streaming fodder than like 90% of what they do on all these services, this is what I mean. It's not a genius film. It's not a film where you feel like, oh, damn, that I can't believe they released that on streaming instead of sending it to the cinema. That would have been so good. It's not that either. It's just a really fun film that if you sat down and watched this, I would be surprised if you didn't enjoy it. I would be able to say to almost anybody that asked me for like a recommendation for something to sit down and watch on streaming, I would say, oh, check out Deepcover on Prime. And that is so rare that I come out of any streaming service film from any of them and say something like that I actually feel safe saying that someone's definitely going to enjoy it. Crazy to me. Also, is it just me? I feel very specifically about this. I feel like Orlando Bloom's career is now going to go into a English Antonio Banderas situation. You won't know what I mean, but like remembered for his swashbuckling old roles, but now he's just this kind of kooky, still incredibly attractive guy, no matter what age he gets to, that just wanders around doing silly, fun shit. turns up everywhere. That, I could definitely imagine that for him. I've got my fingers crossed for him. Anyway, I'm giving the definition of fake it till you make it 3.5 stars. Honestly, if you told me a year ago that Prime would be pumping out the best films in the streaming service war of 2025, probably would have believed you. I would have no reason not to, actually, yeah. Anyway, you should probably subscribe